Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about Casper Network, or just Casper. So sit back, relax, and before we fully jump on into this video, I just want to ask guys, could please leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely, and of course, I always do greatly appreciate it. Now, I figured I would do an update on Casper itself solely just because I haven't done a video on Casper in a very long time that was just kind of focused on not only fundamentals but also like the price chart as well, and I'm going to address the price chart last in this video to really kind of give you guys a full in-depth view on it, but for the most part, as things are really kind of ramping up in terms of capital throughout this market, we are watching a lot of DeFi gems and also a lot of small gems in general, because a lot of these low figure gems that have like a $300 million market cap, for an example, are going to provide us with a lot of ROI. Now, in terms of the chart for Casper, we know that we have, come down and tested those major lows going back to the summertime. We're going to be addressing that. We're going to be talking about it. A lot of people have some high figure numbers in store for Casper. I still have my high targets as well. We have been getting listed on some exchanges. For example, Bithumb was the last one. I'm waiting for the next major stepping stone in terms of a market, listing. Of course, it's going to take a little bit of time, but for the most part, I will say this: Casper has been holding levels fairly strong. I know that the price action on it hasn't been great lately, but you also have to remember that we've had a nice little move from the summer lows to November, so a correction was in store for us, but also the entire market was kind of just ranging sideways with a slow bleed throughout the altcoin market as well. So I was never too concerned at all in terms of the price action on Casper, or I never questioned my investment. If you did, maybe you need to do more research, maybe you need to understand this asset fully before you kind of hold on to it, or maybe you invest more, etc. So with that being said, let's kind of move on and let's talk about a few things. So first off, we had this massive update from Medhub Parlikar, who is the CTO of Casper Labs. Shout out to Gas Gorilla and also Wrecked Wojak for this video, but we see Fortune 500 companies. This Casper network is exactly what we are looking for. CTOs and CEOs are now having FOMO. They recognize blockchain technology is here to stay and they need to adopt. And we do see here, I can tell you that we're working with several large Fortune 500 companies, and a lot of work is going to be landing on the public Casper network. Listen closely to this. This is Fortune 500 companies, by the way.
After, for example, this minting NFT from space, what else coming?
Oh my gosh. Well, I can tell you that we are working with several large Fortune 500 projects, companies, and a lot of the work is going to be landing on the public network, right? And so this is really revolutionary, right? Historically, these large Fortune 500 companies have not been working with public protocols, right? And the reason for it, I maintain, and my thesis is actually being validated. My thesis is that these large enterprises need some form of central control around their on-chain code. So purely immutable contracts simply do not work, right? They need access control lists. They need upgradable contracts. They need much more fully functional smart contracting. They need CI/CD, all the things that we built. And when I meet with enterprises and I talk to them about what Casper has built, they're like, this is exactly the solution we've been looking for. We actually don't want to use Hyperledger, right? We want to use Casper, and we want the security of a public network. So if we want to do some kind of tokenization, or we want to have high value assets on the blockchain, we can secure them using Casper, right? So they are massively excited about working with a public protocol that meets their needs. Are they going to use public blockchain infrastructure? They're going to use private blockchain infrastructure, right? So based on our research, about 85% of Fortune 1000 companies are actually actively looking at blockchain, right? And when we meet with these enterprises, they're asking us not whether they want to use blockchain. They're actually coming to us looking for use cases. So like, how can we use blockchain, right? So it has, it's kind of, we've almost hit a tipping point to where CTOs and CIOs are now having FOMO, and they recognize that blockchain technology is here to stay and they need to adopt, right? So our thesis, Renal's and my thesis a long time ago was we wanted to build a professional services company because they would need support to use blockchain technology. And that is absolutely proving out, right? So the team at Casper Labs is really helping these enterprises go live, and they need the help, right?
And that should make you all bullish, because at the end of the day, Casper is still a low cap gem. And these Fortune 500, companies, these institutional investors are moving in on Casper, asking for their help and assistance with massive, large use cases. We're talking about tokenization, massive amounts of money flowing in. I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, this is exactly what we want to see. I mean, Fortune 500 companies at this point are now having a FOMO event on massive networks, and Casper is an incredible choice for them. These enterprises are ready. I've been telling you guys, and I've been telling you about the green lights that are being lit throughout this entire market from not only governments, enterprises, institutionals, and even banking clients are moving in on crypto very, very quickly. And we also see here Casper and Algo, two layer ones working together, ? Maybe someday. Both are backed by BitGo, over $30 billion assets under management. BitGo also built enterprise-grade wallets for XRP. Shout out to Kevin Cage for this. But we do see Nexo said they're working on Algo listing. Nexo is backed by BitGo for custody. Maybe Casper gets listed on Nexo someday. Nexo will be interesting. Kevin Cage, actually, I think he tweeted towards Nexo asking about Casper, and they said that it's a possibility. It's coming soon, I think. But BitGo to build a secure custody solution for the Casper network, as you guys do see down here, followed by BitGo delivers first multi-signature custody and wallets for Algorand. Then, of course, Nexo uses BitGo's custodial services and wallets primarily through API. Custody is the key here in terms of services. And we do see Casper Atomic Algorand, forked from this, user here, Casper Atomic Algorand, and Atomic Swap implement between Casper and Algorand blockchain. So this could get fairly interesting, fairly quick, especially if we are going to be talking about these layer ones working together in terms of who knows what type of use cases. It could get very interesting very quickly, like I've said. And when we are talking about multi, chain, integrations and interoperability layers being built within the scene, this wouldn't be something too, crazy of an idea. And honestly, I could see it happening. We also see here 2022 is in full swing, and we've got a lot planned for the rest of the year and beyond. Here's a reminder of the Casper Association's top 5 priorities this year. Learn more and ask your questions today in our community call. Now, here is their top 5 priorities for 2022. Now, the first one is Casper network upgrades. I told you guys they're going to continue to see development on, of course, the network, and they're going to continue to streamline this. We do see, they are implementing a unified communication strategy across all its channels with streamlined platforms for all interested parties to find the most relevant information and resources. These include developers, node operators, validators, customers, and others, with the goal of ensuring that the entire ecosystem can smoothly upgrade in the future. Tokens issued on Casper as well. This is the idea of like ERC20 tokens and so much more. I'm very excited for this. Of course, they were talking about APIs and things like that. We do see Casper's innovative NFT standard as well. Casper is looking to leverage the most innovative and future-proof non-fungible token technology to enable entirely new business models and creator economies. NFT technology looks to fundamentally change how economies function, driving structural innovation in ways that are not yet imagined. I'm very excited for the NFTs on Casper as well. I mean, we've been seeing a lot of things happening within that area for Casper. Even talking about IPW and things like that. So there's a lot of use cases built around NFTs already. So I'm actually very excited to see this unfold. We also see here using Casper to build future DeFi and traditional finance capital markets as well. Now, this is something that would, really entice, institutional and enterprise investors. Public blockchains, distributed ledgers, and tokenization provide the functionality to drive innovation and transformation across all areas of finance and capital markets. DeFi has proven to be a major use case for the blockchain, and the field has the potential to provide frictionless digital solutions for various use cases of traditional finance. However, the Casper Association strongly believes that only smart financial contracts built on the open source Actus standard can provide the basis for consistency, interoperability, and scalability of future blockchain-based financial solutions. Guys, DeFi is coming to the Casper network. And we are also seeing membership of the association. We're going to be seeing a lot of updates within this area as well. With the completion of its membership platform, the association will conduct all of its business in a transparent, accessible, and consistent manner. And I think that is great. You guys know I love transparency, but this is the focus point here. DeFi coming to Casper. This is a huge selling point. I've told you guys, and I've mentioned it many times, Web3 is great. Things being built out within the Web3 is awesome. DeFi is going to be a critical area for the Web3. Talking about this market just in general from a market cap, perspective, $156.3 billion market cap. This is actually up 2.26%, but you see some of the assets within this. I mean, Luna's huge, Avalanche is huge, but again, it kind of trickles down the line with a lot of these other assets within this space as well. I'm just very excited for the future of Casper because it is such a low cap gem and it has a ton of upside potential. I mean, think about it like this, right? At the market cap of Luna, what would the price of Casper be? Well, you don't need to do the math because we have it over here. It would be $8.04, an upside of 107x. I'm not saying that this is going to happen. I'm just saying at a $33.6 billion market cap, it's really not unfathomable. And this will most likely happen at some point in time. Don't know if it's going to happen this year or not. But I've always said, $4 to $7 is my target points on Casper. At $4, it is a $16.7 billion market cap. Of course, right now that does look a little bit unrealistic because of the prices in the market. But I do see this, having a nice upside potential. I think that this has an incredible percentage gain in it. I mean, at the top 50, we're at a 795% gain. So again, I think that this has an incredible opportunity within it. I think that anyone that is looking for a low cap gem that has a ton of potential, I think Casper is a great choice. And when we are talking about the price chart, so here we have the price chart. So I haven't done a video on the price of, Casper in a very long time. But I told you guys that, testing these summer lows is something that is not that bad of an idea. We are having a strong bounce above that, kind of a reset, if you will, on the entire market. But I think that Casper, having the strong bounce is pretty significant. RSI looks fairly strong here. It is ranging around like 55.46, overall. And we do see us breaking up a little bit, but, above those EMAs, more so at around the 10 and 20. But we are still below the 50. If we can break out above the 50, we will target that 200 up at around like 12.5 cents almost. So I am watching Casper closely, especially in terms of its price chart. And this is going to still be my, one of my main choices. Casper is still one of my largest holds as well. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely hit that like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. It's been Nick. Peace out, guys.